Puck is cleared out and kept in by Jake Pickett for Purdue. No score yet, 8 minutes into the first period. Purdue had one power play. Xavier shut it down pretty well. Only allowed 2 or 3 shots. Puck set in front and blockered away. Troy Kirk couldn't collect it at the blue line. Xavier looking for a rush the other way. Long shot. They had some tired skaters out there, so they'll just look for a change. Behind the net to collect it for Purdue and making a pass to Kirk. Here comes Alan Ryder the other way, dumps it in. Page will go chase it for the Boilers. He collects it. Looking for a pass in front. Ryder tried to tip it in, but couldn't get a clean stick on it. Wessel keeps it into the blue line. Long shot scored. Deflected in front by Page. And Purdue on the board first in this outdoor classic. Long shot, low shot from the point from Dan Wessel. Page with a perfect deflection in front, and Purdue leads it 1-0 over the visitors from Cincinnati. Halfway through the first, Purdue draws first blood. And this is a big next 11 minutes for Xavier. Purdue is a team that likes to win games offensively. So if you can keep this at a 1-0 deficit or maybe tie it, you'll be in good shape for the next upcoming periods. But if you can get down 2-0 to a team like Purdue, it's not going to be a very good day at the office. Franks delivering a hit behind the net, keeps the puck in. Frambus scrambling in front, is able to knock it out. A big hit laid on the side wall by Aiden Cox-Bagley. We've called his name multiple times so far. He took the penalty earlier in the game for hooking on Andrew Chan. And Xavier has really struggled so far in this game getting the puck out of their own zone. Most of the play in this game has been on the far side of the ice in front of Frambus. Puck kept in by Purdue. Shot is just wide. Tyler Groen with a great chance in front, but barely misses the net. Frambus, the goaltender for Xavier, has been solid so far. He's made some nice saves. The one goal that he did allow, not really his fault, just a really great tip by Page. Halfway through period number 1, Purdue leads it 1-0 here from the beautiful outdoor sports complex, outdoor ice rink here in Crown Point. This rink is mostly just used as a public ice rink skate rental, but they've closed it off today, so these two teams could go at it in an ICHC matchup. Xavier walking it in the other way with a rush. Shot saved by Mitnocht, making his second start of the year after he played magnificently in his first start against Butler earlier this year. Kane Pasquette will most likely go tomorrow for the Boilers. They will be playing against Purdue Northwest. So Pasquette actually won't be starting tomorrow because he graduated. I did not know that. He was still on the roster and was their primary goaltender for the start of the year. So this could be Andrew Mitnock's team for the rest of the season going forward. Long pass will get to the net, almost icing. Dunn slid into Frambus, and there's a little bit of a scuffle behind the net. You know, every time a goaltender gets touched by an opposing player, there's going to be a conversation. Hockey skaters are very protective of their netminders. 9:50 to go in period number 1. Decent crowd on hand here at the Crown Point Sportsplex. Like I was saying earlier, this is normally just a public rink. You can rent skates, skate around for a while, but they've closed it off, so these two teams can battle in a very important game. Purdue is ranked 19th in the ACHC D3 rankings and you need to be in the top 16 to make the national tournament being held in St. Louis this year. So this is an important game. Xavier, a strong team at 7-4. They have postseason aspirations of their own. And we'll see how this first period ends. Theodore out there for the offensive zone faceoff for Purdue, and he will lose it, but Purdue will try to keep it in, and they will. Wheeler knocks it in, but Xavier picked it off, and they'll look for some sort of attack. I believe they called, I think it was a hand pass on the end of Xavier. So Purdue will deal with a defensive zone draw, which they will win. Toby will drop it back for Wheeler, and they'll look to break out. Xavier applying some pressure. Eric Pereira doing his best to try to poke check that puck out of Wheeler's hands, but Purdue has it through with speed. Groen in the corner, gets knocked into the ref. Lost it for a moment. Bodies are falling to the ice trying to recollect it. Purdue will have it. Pass in front, almost a great chance there, but terrific pass from Groen to the front, but Xavier getting back just in time to knock it out of harm's way. Franks with it at the top, sends it to Wheeler on the side. Tic-tac-toe passes get through, but Framis knocks it away. Xavier trying to clear, they cannot. Wheeler keeps it in. Toby sends it to the corner for Groen. It rings all the way around to Franks. Battling on the side of Framis. No one could really collect it. Framis almost got a mitt on it. It'll come to the back, and Toby collects it at the blue line. Slowly walks it in. Getting knocked to the ice was Groen. Sends it over to Franks with a shot, no good. Still down on the ice is Theodore. And I believe he might be playing with a broken skate. Nope, now he's up fine. Took him a little bit to get up. I thought maybe his skate may have broke, but he got up fine. He had a lot to do down there. He was trying to fight for that puck and keep it for his squad. Long shot for the point is gloved by Framis. 8 minutes left in period number 1. Both teams will get 5 fresh skaters out on the ice. Xavier really, they're going to need to talk some stuff over here in this first intermission. Knocked to the ice was Rawlings. Big hit there by Jack Brady again. He's really the only one on the Xavier team, at least on the offensive end, who's bringing the physicality. Most of the shots and time of possession has been deep in the Purdue zone. Xavier really, Mitnock has not had to work hard. Only has 2 or 3 saves so far. Kirk is out there with Pickett, the second defensive pair for Purdue. Set behind, pitching up to keep it is Rawlings, but Kevin House will collect it and try to clear it. But Purdue just faster in all assets here. Xavier really hasn't had a really big scoring threat yet, at least. They look to set one up now. Kevin House with it along the wall. Gives it up. Long shot is blocked. Cox Bagley turned it over. Brady will have to set it back, and they'll recollect. Rawlings goes to the bench. Ott trying to collect the puck on the side wall. Now it's Lukes who comes up with it and will send it down. The Rider line is now out there with Page and Lukes. They had the first goal on the deflection from Page in front, off a low shot from Dan Wessel. That's the only goal in this game so far. Purdue bench wanted a penalty on Xavier out there in front, but refs deemed that hit to be clean. Page sort of got hooked near the end of that play, and putting his hands up was Jack Darlene, and I don't think that that's going to prevent him from getting a penalty. He did kind of hook him a little bit near the end of that. We'll see if the refs call a penalty. They're motioning towards the box, and they are going to put Darlene in there for 2 minutes. So another power play chance for Purdue. They're 0 for 1 so far today, but they did keep it in their offensive zone almost the entire time and got a few good shots off. .6:12 to go in period number 1. And the first power play unit is out for Purdue. This is a big moment in this game if they can extend this to a multi-goal lead. We'll see what Purdue has. It's quickly picked off by Matthew Rapini, and he'll send it all the way down. Mitnacht will collect it and leave it for one of his skaters. Harassing down on the other end is Colin Michalik, and Xavier will try to play keep away here. They have possession in their own end, and if Purdue gets close, they can just send it down, and that is what they will do. It will get all the way through. A good first 30 seconds on the kill for Xavier. Wheeler will drop it on the side for Toby. Had to curl back and avoid an offsides penalty. Not penalty, just a stoppage in play. Wheeler up the side wall, Toby. Now they get it back middle. It's Groen who has it now. Slowly walking it in. Now he drives behind with speed. Drops it off to the blue line for Wheeler. Wheeler has room. Passes it to Toby. Wheeler, tic-tac-toe. Perfect pass saved out in front by Frambus. That was some really good passing there on the part of Purdue. Found some great passing lanes. Got a few good ones to go through. But no goal. Frambus has looked strong in this first period for Xavier. Another offensive draw. Purdue wins it. Troy Kirk is out there with Wessel. They were the defensive pair that helped that first goal on the power play. Groen took to Kirk. Walks into his speed. Shoots. It's wide and off the back wall. And play will be stopped for a moment. It might not look like it from the camera angle we have, but this game is being played outdoors at the beautiful Crown Point Sports Complex. We have a roof overhead, but there's no walls in this complex. It's all open, cold January air here in Northwest Indiana. Perfect hockey weather if you ask me. Frambus has the puck come to him and he'll cover. 16 seconds left on the penalty from Jack Darlene for hooking on Rawlings. Xavier with a strong penalty kill so far. Puck again is covered by Frambus. Pretty good crowd on hand. A lot of people standing behind either goal. There's a fire pit down and to our right that a lot of people are cozying up next to. Long shot from the point, saved, scramble in front. Frambus gets his mitt to it, and the next shot was wide. Xavier trying to clear it, and they will. Darlene is out of the box, and Xavier is now 2 for 2 on the penalty kill. Doucette has it. He'll slowly walk it through. He'll send the puck all the way around the back, and Purdue will look for a change. Scramble in front. Xavier able to get a stick out at first, but Wheeler collects it. Will send it on the side of Rawlings. Now behind the net. And Xavier will recollect. And really, for Purdue, offense is their defense. They have not relinquished the offensive zone. And when you have such a stranglehold in terms of the field or ice position of the game, you're really going to help your own goaltender when he has not been able to see a lot of shots. Xavier looking for an attack. Adam Dady is out there laying some hits and trying to collect the puck back for Xavier. It squeaks through past Matt Flores. He will rebound and send it over to his D-mate. Now the puck comes up to House. He'll chip it in. He got knocked to the ground, but no call. Wheeler has it knocked down by Pereira in front. Wessel's there to stop the shot from Adam Dady. Good defensive play now. Page walks it through. He'll send it down. And the Boilers will look for a change. Xavier caught him in the middle of it. They have a chance. Shot is saved by Mitnacht. Luke Pereira had the puck and walked it in while Purdue was in the middle of their change. But Mitnacht comes up strong with the save. 2:40 left to go in period number one. That was the best chance Xavier had so far this game. It's really the only big mistake I could think of Purdue from this game is just getting caught in the middle of that change. They've played incredibly solid so far. Xavier tried to keep it in. Kirk will go into the corner and fish it out. Puck is set down. Mitnacht just sort of bumps it to the side. Pickett, the 6'4" defender, had it, now cleared it. Now he has it again. Purdue trying to add on with another goal with 2 minutes remaining in the first. Pickett has it now in the corner. He will get it up to Toby, who can't get a clean stick on it. Xavier comes in for an attack. They slowly walk it through. Good stick there by Chan to knock it away. Kirk takes a guy to the ice. Good hit there with the puck cleanly on the stick of Dahlin. Now Dahlin has it behind the net for Xavier. Nobody's at the point and it will squeak all the way through. Under 2 minutes now to go here in the first. And I believe we're going to get an offsides. Purdue will be in action tomorrow against the D2 squad of Purdue Northwest, school based out of Hammond. They have a D1 team as well as a D2 team. They are a very strong hockey force in Northwest Indiana. So Purdue will have their hands full tomorrow, but this game I would say bars a little bit more importance against a fellow D3 opponent in conference. And they look strong so far. They lead at 1-0 with 1.5 minutes to go in the first. Ott has it, sends it through center. Partial 2-on-1 for Purdue, but getting back is Jaden Morin of Xavier to knock the puck away. Keeping it in is Doucette. Xavier trying to clear it out by any means necessary, and they will. Ryan Seacon couldn't cleanly collect it. Doucette now has it off the pass from Ott. And now Theodore will dump it in. It gets to Frambus, and he will cover. Under 1 minute now in period number one. A lot of ZZ Top getting played today. This is the third or fourth time I've heard Sharp Dressed Man, and I'm a big fan of that song. No complaints from me. Defensive zone win for Xavier. They'll just try to clear and salt this away until the period ends. Wheeler will drop back and get it. Sent all the way through, and I believe this will be icing. And it will be against the Boilers. So Xavier, they haven't had very many offensive zone draws. This is a chance for one. .43 seconds to go here in the first. Maricini will take the defensive draw for Purdue. He will win it for the moment, then Xavier collected it. Cox Bagley had a chance. And now Xavier will keep it in. Purdue trying to swarm to the puck. Xavier can't really find a pass. Maricini gets it over to Wheeler, and Purdue will be able to clear. 23 seconds to go. They have maybe a rush or two left. Big hit late in the middle of the ice, and that's going to be an interference penalty on Aiden Cox Bagley, his second penalty of the game. Late a hit with nobody near the puck, so Purdue will have a man advantage for these last 17 seconds of the first, and if they do not score, they will open the second on the power play. Third penalty of the first period for Xavier. They've killed off the first two. Theodore will take the draw. He will win it. Toby has it off the win. 13 seconds. He's looking for a lane. Drops it to the right. Takes the low shot. Saved by Frambus. 7 seconds. Purdue collects it again. Wheeler with 4, looking, passes it over, 2 seconds, and Purdue's not going to get a shot off. The time ran out on the period, and the players did not know that. The buzzer didn't sound. But that is how we will end period number 1. Xavier down 1-0 to the Boilers. Only goal scored by Cam Page. And we will head to intermission. You are listening and watching to Purdue Boilermakers Hockey. Welcome back to Purdue Boilermakers hockey. Second period, almost ready to start between the Musketeers and Boilermakers. Purdue leads it 0 for 2 on the power play so far, but they've had their chances. Here's another one from Wheeler, but a good save by Frambus. He gets over to the post and knocks it away. Purdue will recollect. Dylan Franks has it, sends it back for Wheeler. Back to Franks in the corner. Looking for a pass. Back to the point for Wheeler. Back to Franks. Here's a shot, but it's intercepted by Theodore. I guess that was a design pass. They'll still work it along the right side wall. Theodore still looking. Back to Toby, to Franks. In front, scramble. Frambus saves it. Coming in with the shot was Theodore, but it was wide. And Xavier rings it around all the way back. 40 seconds remaining on the man advantage for Purdue. They walk it through. Doucette still with it. Back to the blue line. Kirk over to Wessel. Long shot. Easily with an eye on it was Frambus. 15 seconds remain on the man advantage. Offensive zone draw. Xavier wins it, and they haven't had much offensive zone time of their own. Purdue has been very quick and feisty on the defensive end, and they've been suffocating on the offensive end. But only the one goal to show for it. Frambus has been looking particularly well, the netminder for Xavier. Purdue walks it through center. They'll chip it. Frambus has it, and he'll just keep it in his glove. Two minutes into the second here from the beautiful Bulldog Park Athletic Complex. This ice rink is normally just used as a public place to rent skates and just have some fun, but Purdue and Xavier are going at it in this outdoor classic. Purdue will take on Purdue Northwest tomorrow, and then later towards the end of the year in February, Purdue will travel to Cincinnati to take on Xavier at their home rink. This is Purdue's de facto home game. Turnover in the defensive end, but Purdue was able to recollect it back and send it out. Jack Morin drops it back for Xavier. Now gives it up to Kevin House. House through the zone with speed. Shot, he's taken down as he shot it, but no call. I think it was more of him sort of slipping over himself. Turnover shot. Saved. Luke Pereira, who's had the majority of the offensive chances for Xavier, barely missed that one. They will keep it in. Pass to the front, and a shot doesn't get cleanly off the stick of Aiden Cox-Bagley. Purdue walks it through with speed. Pass in front doesn't get through. Colin Mikulik spinning around with it for Xavier, keeps it in, and Xavier has come out with a better offensive attack. Even through these first 4 minutes, you've seen they've had a lot more offensive zone time. They had a big chance earlier. Swung around, and Nate Barrett will look to clear it. Now he gets it back. Purdue gets it off the turnover. Shot saved by Frambus. Rebound is loose. It will squeak to the outside corner. Maricini will pick it up and look for some space. Walks it middle. Shoots. Frambus with a save. Frambus has had to stand on his head and make some great plays down the stretch here, and he has. Only allowed the one goal off a tough deflection. Dropping to the ice were two Xavier defenders, Rapini and Brady, but it's not enough. Purdue adds another goal. They lead it 2-0. Xavier got a little bit aggressive there in this period, and it did lead to some more offensive time for them, but The counterattack for Purdue strikes, and they add another goal. They're up 2. Big scrum near the end. Allen Ryder got taken down. Purdue has it through with speed, and the shot slipped off the stick of Lukes. Puck is out in front, and Xavier will clear it. They look to have a bit of a rush going the other way with speed to the other end is Brian Weevil. He's behind the net looking for space. They say the worst lead to have in hockey is a 2-goal lead. Because, you know, if Xavier gets another one, they'll have momentum. So a big stretch upcoming, as is most stretches in the early end of a hockey game. 5 minutes in, Purdue with the goal. They lead it 2-0. Taken to the ground was Eric Pereira. 2 Pereiras on this team, Luke and Eric for Xavier. I'm going to assume that they're brothers. Purdue applying some pressure, and it's almost turned over. Diving to the ice to prevent Purdue from having the chance was Carson Evrad of the Musketeers, and now Sean Bohm will go in and chase, but Purdue will recollect it through with a ton of speed, walking it all the way down as Chan sends it in front. Theodore couldn't quite get a stick on it. And Xavier had it for a moment in center, but Chan with a ton of speed. He's diving and spinning and going to the ground, looking like Alex Ovechkin. That one goal that he put behind his head. That goal I believe I saw was almost like 15 years ago yesterday, that goal that he had on that fast break where he slipped and just kind of shoveled it behind his head and it went in. I would say, you can argue with me in the chat if you want, I think that's the most impressive goal in hockey history. From knowing where you are on the ice and the mindset to just stick the puck behind your head, hockey fans will know what goal I'm talking about. I think that's the most impressive goal I've ever seen. Purdue recollects in their own end. They'll send it all the way down. It's just wide of Frambus. No icing. Collected around the back in front. They look, but there to save it was Jack Morin. That was almost a critical turnover. Frambus thought it was going to be an icing, and I kind of agreed with him. I thought that for sure it was going to get all the way through. But Chan, the speedster out there, was able to outrun the icing. Xavier walking it through with speed. Good dangle shot. Saved by Mitnock. It barely hit off the post. And they're going to say it went in. I believe that puck barely crossed the back line, but they're going to give Xavier the goal. Kevin House with a great dangle inside. I didn't get a good vantage point from this far away. I did hear the ting, but the Xavier bench started screaming that it got past, and the referee saw it, motioned for the goal, and Xavier's cut the lead in half. Minutes to go. We're about halfway through this contest. Purdue with an early goal in this second period, but Xavier with the answer. They've looked better on the offensive end in this period. They were able to get the goal back. Purdue collects it in the defensive end. A lot more physicality from Xavier in this second period. They've been laying a lot more hits, more meaningful hits. Here's a chance in front, but not able to get the pass was Brian Weevil. Purdue, man knocked to the ice, long shot. Mitnock will corral it at his chest. Some fresh skaters will be coming on for both sides. Defensive zone draw for Purdue. They come away with it quickly, and here's a partial 2-on-1. Boilers coming down with speed. Pass almost through. Luke's had a stick on it for a moment, but it was deflected in front by the one guy back for Xavier. Maricini keeps it in. It's off the side of the net. Rawlings trying to collect it. Now it squeaks all the way to the left side, and Xavier has it. They walk it through with speed. Partial 2-on-1. Puck, great defensive job there from Rawlings. Able to get a stick on that shot. That was a good chance for Xavier. They're keeping it in. .11 minutes to go. Shot saved by Frambus. Purdue with a win on the draw in their offensive zone. Ryder, the team captain, looking for space, drops it back to the point. Long shot, gloved by Frambus. That was an impressive glove save. Might not have looked very athletic, but there were bodies in front. He had a fraction of a second to see that one and put a glove on it. Another face-off draw. That shot just wide of the goaltender. Xavier fans on the recollecting attempt. Xavier now will get it back. Around on the back. Purdue kept it in for a moment, but now it's cleared out. Halfway through period number 2, halfway through this outdoor contest. Here from beautiful Crown Point, Indiana, Purdue leads it 2-1. They had a 2-0 lead after a quick goal to start the second period. Xavier got one back on a fast break. It's 2-1. Purdue controlled most of the offensive attack in the first period. Not a lot of time was spent in Xavier's offensive zone. This period, not so much. The goals are even at 1 apiece, and Xavier spent a lot more time on the attack. Jack Brady back to get it behind the net. He's laid some big hits for Xavier in this one. And give a lot of credit to Xavier goaltender Jack Frambus. He has come up pretty big in these spots. In that first period, the game could have been, I mean, if he wasn't playing as well as he would, it could have been a 2-0, 3-0 game in the first. But give him a lot of credit. He was able to stand tall, and both those goals that he allowed, really, I wouldn't really say that they were on him. Neutral zone face-off, won by Xavier. Mitnock behind the net to play. It hasn't had to do much. Got the one goal he allowed, he got a piece of it, but it barely knocked in off the post. Other than that, the few chances he's had to make saves, he has made them. Big scrum between 4 guys on the near left side. Xavier comes away with it. Cox Bagley is taken to the ground. No interference. He was in the process of making a pass. Purdue recollects it. Now it's tipped away. Chasing after it is Eric Pereira of Xavier, but Doucette too fast to the puck. Great pass off the boards. Long shot saved by Frambus. Recollected. Another shot and another save by Frambus. These Xavier skaters 0-1 to their goaltender. Chance in front, just wide. Connor Dunn with a spitting shot in front. Gets back to the blue line. Intercepted by the Musketeers, and it will get out to the neutral zone. Boilers recollect again. Big hit late in the middle, but the play was offsides to begin with, so we'll have a neutral zone face-up upcoming with some new skaters on the ice. .9:03 left in the second period. Purdue wins the neutral zone draw. Now it squeaks over to Xavier, and they will clear it out. Looking for some more sustained offensive zone time. Eric Pereira back to get it, chasing after the puck. Good dangles through center by Purdue. Puck gets to the corner. Wheeler drops it back for Doucette. And now Wessel back into the neutral zone to recollect. Lukes with it. Long shot from the blue line is wide. Crunched to the boards is Nate Barrett of Xavier. He's taken to the ground, but his teammate Darlene picks it up and sends it around the back to the left side. Now Matthew Rapini will send it out and all the way down. The hand is up and icing will be called against Xavier. Offensive zone draw for the Boilers. They win it. Long shot. Frambus sees it through traffic. Rebound is corralled. Purdue sends it out to the blue line. It's tipped out. Xavier has it the other way. Pass does not quite get through, and Purdue will dump it back in. Xavier has some pretty big bodies on this team, and they've been laying a few hits, don't get me wrong, but I'd like to see more physicality from this defensive-minded team. That's the way they like to win a lot of their games, but haven't really seen a dominating physical presence from the Musketeers. Great deflection there in center ice by Matt Flores. He gets taken to the ground, but no call there. Boilers looking to recollect it in their own end. Set behind Wessel, getting harassed. But he will be able to slide it and get it out. Boilers through the other zone with speed, but it's intercepted by Matthew Rapini. He'll send it down with 7 minutes to go in period number 2. 2-1, Purdue leads this ICHC outdoor conference matchup over Xavier, and the puck got into the bench area. Purdue collects at center. Puck almost got tipped over the glass. In fact, it did catch a little bit of the net area, so we will get a stoppage. 6:30 to go in period number 2. We'll have a center zone face-off. Adam Dady against Theodore, and Dady will win it, but it squeaks through to the corner. Purdue after it, looking to chase. Xavier collects it, gets it out. Puck sent all the way in. Frambus collects behind. Puck is loose. Purdue had a chance, but barely able to get back was Brady. Man, Frambus with really, I think, his first key mistake of this one. Partial 2-on-1 for Xavier. Low shot just wide of mitt knocked. Puck is set all the way down. Are we going to have a breakaway? Yes. Chan's the first one to get to it, and he scores! Andrew Chan, fastest man on the ice, gets the third goal for Purdue. Lackadaisical from Xavier getting back to that one. Chan takes advantage. First man to the puck, first man to the net. And he beats Frambus upstairs where Mama hides the cookies. It's 3-1. I'll tell you, I'm surprised they don't have him on the first or second line. Chan is really, really fast. He's might be one of the fastest guys on the ice. Is he? 5:30 to go. .525 to go. Long shot blockered away. Xavier with some good chances here. They cut the lead to 1 after the goal by Kevin House, but Chan with the terrific speed on the breakaway gets the lead back to 2 for Purdue, and now the Boilers trying to extend it. They're through with numbers the other way, but Xavier blocks it away. Ryan Falk in the way of that pass. Now the puck squeaks through to center. Some Purdue defenders down on the other end. Long shot, just wide. Big battle behind the net. Standing room only crowd here at Crown Point. A lot of bodies standing behind that glass with a great view. Dangling in front was Wheeler, drops it off. Toby's shot's just high. Recollected and blocked away in front. Framis diving for it. Can't quite get to it. Brooks Richardson for Xavier took his place in the net while he was out. And now Purdue will slowly try to set up a pass. Toby drops it back. Groen long shot wide. 4 minutes left in the second. Puck squeaks out. Purdue recollects it. They'll walk it through the offensive end while they get some new skaters on. Shot deflected in front, but it's wide of Framis. Chan is over to get it. Now it's sent to the blue line and kept in by Pickett. Rung around the side, and now the puck will be cleared. 3.5 minutes left. Xavier trying to get this to the third period without any more damage, or maybe get a goal themselves, and now it's turned over for the moment. A stick is on the ice. That was Nate Barrett of the Musketeers who lost it. But no harm done. His teammates collected it in the neutral zone. Now Xavier will drop behind. Lawari tried to lay a big hit there, but Xavier got out of the way of it. Turned over in the defensive zone. Puck gets through Lawari. Sends it to the corner. Purdue keeps it in. Long shot off the post. Laware had a chance. 2:45 left in the second. Rawlings, Laware. Looking for a lane. Long shot deflected front and sent down. If this gets all the way, it will be icing. It will not. Doucette picks up the slow rolling puck with 2.5 minutes to go. Mitt-knocked. Blockers it behind. Big hit laid there. Take it to the ground. Recollecting and shooting, but blocked away. 2:07 to go. Walking it through is Pereira. Puck tipped up in the air. Purdue recollects it. They exit the zone with speed. Numbers the other way. Sent in front, but knocked away. 1:40 left in the period. Xavier clears. Purdue recollects at center. They ring it around as they look for new skaters. Chan battles behind, and now he picks it up, sends it in front, but it couldn't get to Franks. Just barely missed his stick. 1:24 left in the second period. Can Purdue add on to this lead and make it 4-1? We will see. Chan collects it at center. He's taken down to the ice, no penalty. Now he gets it back off a nice pass, but it's intercepted by House. House sends it to the middle. Xavier collects it. Chance in front. Knocked away. Another chance. Mitt-knock scrambling to get back on his feet, but it's in the back of the net, and Xavier has cut it back to a 1-goal deficit, and now we have some extracurriculars behind the net, some pushing and shoving. But with under a minute left in the second, Xavier has cut the lead back to 1. And that was a big goal for their squad. Didn't want to be down 2 goals going into the third. They get one back after the Chan breakaway. Just a scramble in front there. Mitnock didn't really have eyes on the puck. A lot of bodies in front. It's hard to spot a tiny black cylinder. Xavier was the first to jump on top of it. And the lead's back to 1 with under a minute to go in the second. It was Jack Grady who punched it in for Xavier. He gets credit for the goal. 40 seconds left in the second. Eric Pereira dancing with it. Now the puck is into the net and play will stop. There's a strong contingent of Xavier fans here. Obviously a Purdue home game. Most people are repping the black and gold, but behind the net, there's a strong contingent of people that were decently happy when Xavier was able to cut this lead to 1. 30 seconds left in the second. Purdue looking for one last offensive rush. Sent to the middle. Groen drops it back. Pass doesn't get through. It's intercepted and cleared by Aiden Cox-Bagley. 17 seconds left. Troy Kirk is back to get it, and Purdue probably has one more rush. Frank's cherry picking at the blue line. He has it. Toby. Pass gets through. Groen to the side. Dunn had a chance, but Cox-Bagley got his stick on it and denied him the chance. Long shot will be deflected at center ice, and we will have a 1-goal game as we head to the third. Purdue leads it 3-2. Both teams got 2 goals in that period. It was definitely an exciting one. And we'll be back in 15 minutes for the third. You're watching Purdue Boilermakers Hockey. Welcome back to the third period here from Crown Point, Indiana. Purdue leads it 3-2. Xavier got a goal back in the last minute of the second period, so they cut the lead to 1, and they'll look to tie it up here in the third. They haven't led yet. Purdue scored the first 2 goals of the game, then Xavier got one back. Andrew Chan then scored on a breakaway to make it 3-1, and then the goal in the last minute made it 3-2. And that's where we stand 30 seconds into the third. Xavier came out with a lot more offensive intensity in the second period, and they're going to look to keep that up to try to tie this game up. Theodore through center has his puck picked off of him, and then he's taken to the ground behind the play. No interference called. Puck gets to the corner. Luke Pereira sends it around back, and Xavier looks for a change. Dan Wessel picks it up in the far left corner. Now it's sent all the way down. No icing. Xavier patiently waiting, getting their guys into formation, and now it's sent through, picked off in the middle by Jake Pickett, and he'll walk it through the offensive zone, sends it to the front, intercepted. Xavier through center with speed. Purdue desperately trying to get back, and they will. Buck will get behind Mitnacht, who's had a pretty solid outing today. 2 goals, 1 deflected off the post. It was disputed whether or not it went in or not. The Purdue bench thought it didn't go in. Xavier was screaming, hollering, saying that it did go in. And I guess it barely crossed the line. And then the next goal is just a mad scramble in front after a rebound that was eventually tapped in. But overall, Mitnacht, in his second start of the year, has looked solid. Defensive zone draw for the Boilers. It's battled for in the near left corner. Cox Bagley comes away with that long shot for the blue line off the leg of Groen, and now Toby collects it and sends it to center where Dunn gets it, dangles to the side, sends it around the back, picked up behind Frambus, leaves it there, and his teammates will look to clear. Intercepted at center. Long shot off the stick of the Xavier defense and into the top net. .17:38 left to go in the third period. Puck is sent into the corner. Xavier looking to get it out. They cannot. Purdue keeps it in. Long shot just wide of Frambus. Troy Kirk keeps it in, then gets knocked to the ice. Rawlings to the front. Groen shot saved by Frambus. Frambus has had a pretty solid game so far. Despite the 3 goals, he's faced quite a few more shots than Mitnacht and has stood tall in a lot of tough ones. 3-on-2 partially for Xavier. Puck slipped off the stick of Eric Pereira. And now Loire recollects it and sends it all the way down. Big hit after the play. Carson Evrad laid a big hit right after the puck was set all the way down. Loire's talking to the referee about it on whether or not we're going to get a penalty here. It looks like we won't, and they're going to call icing on the Boilers. So now they'll have to defend a neutral zone faceoff, or a defensive zone faceoff. Eric Pereira will go against Rawlings. Pereira, the captain of this Musketeer squad, wins it. Dangled. And walking up behind the net is Brian Weevil. Sent to the front, and Cox Bagley couldn't cleanly collect it. It's set all the way down, and Ryder will go chase for the Boilers. 16 minutes to go in period number 3. Xavier needs a goal to extend this game and potentially force overtime. A goal here for the Boilers would put them at a strong margin of 2. Luke sends it down. Ryder back to get it. But Xavier will just recollect and look to break out. Wheeler collects it in the defensive zone for the Boilers. Puck is set all the way down to Frambis, and he will just hold on to it for a faceoff. Draws one by Purdue. Shot deflected in front. Set to the blue line and intercepted by Xavier. They look to exit and enter the offensive zone. Purdue not letting them. Some strong neutral zone play. And I think the story of this game has really been Purdue just being the faster team and controlling the game more on offense. I feel like there's a stat for advanced hockey nerds in the NHL landscape called expected goals, and it goes if you have this much zone time or you make this many passes, you can expect a goal. Now, just because you expect a goal doesn't mean you're going to get one. Sometimes a goaltender stands up strong, but it's a decent measure of how goaltenders are playing. It's a lot of times it's expected goals versus goals allowed. But I would say that the expected goals for Purdue in this game would be very high. They've controlled the possession the majority of the game. I would almost be frustrated being only up 1 goal if I was this Boilermaker team, because Xavier's hung around. They've made some good saves when they need to, and they've had a few timely goals. That puck will be iced and sent all the way back to the Xavier end. I don't really know all the math that goes into expected goals. I am a math major, but I don't know how they determine that number. I'd have to look into it one of these days. Face off won by Purdue. Shot doesn't quite get through. Xavier desperately trying to recollect. They cannot. Boilers get it behind the net. Sent in front. Xavier gets into the passing lanes, and give them credit. They have, for the most part, the goals for Purdue haven't really been from really nice tic-tac-toe passes. Xavier's done a good job defensively getting in front of those lanes. $13.50 to go. Puck set down. Picked up by Ott. Drops it back for Doucette. Long pass up ahead to Toby. Toby's through with speed, but getting back and laying a hit is Brian Weevil of Xavier. Now the Musketeers have numbers the other way. They're looking for a rush. Puck set to the slot. Saved by Mint. Knocked off the deflection. Got to him, and now Toby takes the guy to the ground. Some pushing and shoving in front. I don't really think that was intentional. I think he was kind of just moving his arms to the side and sort of caught Aiden Cox-Bagley under the chin. A little rough stuff in front of the net. Good chance there for Xavier. We'll see if they can keep the offensive attack going off this faceoff. Maricini wins it for the Boilers. We'll see if they can exit. Laware turns it over. Xavier with a chance. They keep it in. Cox-Bagley couldn't collect it cleanly. And now Xavier will look for a change, and Purdue will look to break it out. Rawlings almost hit the ref in the side with that shot off the glass. Instead, he iced it. Maricini looks for another defensive zone win, and he will get it. 2 for 2. Ware is not quite able to clear it the first time. Second time does get it out. Pickett in the near right corner drops it over to Kirk. Kirk up ahead. Ware couldn't cleanly get it. It will be sent down and will be collected by Ryan Falk. Purdue with a steal in the defensive zone. They look to get it out, and it's cleared. 12 and a half minutes to go in the third and final period here from Crown Point, Indiana. This outdoor classic between two ICHC opponents. Purdue ranked 19th in the ACHA national poll. The top 16 teams make the national tournament in St. Louis, so they only need to climb 3 more spots the rest of the year. A win today would go a long way into helping that cause. Page wins the defensive zone draw. And also ICHC standings are on the line. Currently Indiana, the Hoosiers, are at the top of that conference. Purdue in a close second. Xavier at third. Trine, Butler, and Miami, Ohio bringing up the rear. 11:50 to go in the third period. The Wheeler keeps it in. Long shot deflected in front, and it gets into the upper netting. Puck is collected at center. Pass in front, knocked away. Good defensive play there from the Boilers, and the bench is letting him hear it. Puck sent down, and Frambus is able to cover. So apologies to everyone watching, but the camera did just die. We're looking to try to get it back up, but for the time being, I will do a radio-style broadcast for you guys. 11:06 to go in the third. Purdue wins the offensive zone draw, and now the puck gets flipped into the bench. Purdue will have another offensive zone draw from the right side. Quick shot from Franks off the zone win, but it just goes wide to the right. Xavier looking to clear. Purdue trying to send it back. Some neutral zone passes. Now Xavier comes up with it. Purdue recollecting in their defensive zone. 10 minutes to go in the third period. Puck set all the way down. Wessel gets it over to Wheeler. Wheeler up ahead to Toby. Purdue with speed the other way. Toby's going in by himself. Everyone looked for a change. Toby shoots and Frambus saves. Mitnacht, great diving save. And the rebound cleared away by Dunn. That might have been Xavier's best chance to score in this entire game. I think that was the best chance they had, but Purdue scrambled and got the puck out. Dunn drops it in. Xavier collects in their defensive end. Pickett collects it. Sends it down. Battling on the right wall. Toby has it. Now Groen sends it in. Frambus gets to the puck and will cover it. 9:28 to go in the third. Xavier's up in the intensity. They're looking to tie this one up. Purdue defense holding strong for the most part. No goals yet in the third for either side. We got some confusion on the ice. Referees are talking to both benches. Tyler Groen wins the faceoff, sends it to Frambus, who jumps up and just feels it in his chest. Nine minutes to go. Purdue has an offensive zone. Scrambling on the right side. They get it back. It's Kirk at the blue line. Long shot is wide. Goes to the right side boards. Purdue squeaks out to the zone. Xavier has it. They long shot gloved by Mitnacht. Odd angle from almost the goal line, but no goal. 8:50 to go in period number 3. We apologize again for the technical difficulties. The camera is not wanting to agree with us. It is very cold outside. It may have something to do with it, but the stream's still going. The audio's still working. 7:49 to go. Purdue trying to salt this one away for a victory. Franks collects it in the offensive zone, shoots. It's just wide. Recollecting on the right side wall. 7:30 to go. Xavier collects. They're just waiting behind the net, stationary, getting some fresh skaters. Purdue kind of just waiting for them to make a pass, and they do to the right side, now to the left side wall, now to the middle, turned over. Frank sends it in. The Boilers look for a change. 7:10 to go in period number 3. Xavier in the defensive zone. Passing, puck gets through, but the first person back there will be Dunn. Excuse me, that's Ott. Theodore now collects on the near right corner. Set over to the near left corner. Xavier couldn't collect it at the blue line. It squeaks into the neutral zone. Chan tried to come up with it, but Xavier has it. They look for an offensive attack along the right side. Shot saved by Mitnock. Recollected. Big hit on the side by Ott. Sent to the middle. Big hit laid by Ott. Franks comes away with the puck, and Purdue is able to get it out. Chan with an angle. Along the right side wall. Into the corner. Gets hit, but keeps possession for the moment. 6:15 to go. Xavier has it, but Kurt gets back and prevents a potential breakaway. Chan now recollects it in center and sends it down. Six minutes to go in the third period. No goals yet. Pickett back defensively, saves a potential scoring chance. Now Kirk has it. Into the middle, it's Groen. Has Toby with him along the left side. Toby shot in front is saved. Pickett trying to keep it in, he cannot, but now recollects it in center. Some tired skaters are out there for Purdue. Groen has it. Backhanded shot is just wide. Along the side wall, Kirk is able to get it. Sends it to the left wall for Toby. He rings it around the back. Two Purdue defensemen will look for a change. Coming out will be Wessel and Wheeler. And now Wheeler picks it up in center after Xavier was trying to clear. 5:15 to go in the third. Turned over at center. Now it's set back into the Xavier defensive end where Ryan Falk will recollect. Along the right side wall. Now they have a chance coming up the right side near the center. But Dunn is able to push it wide. Dunn pins a man to the wall and takes him down. The arm is up and we could have a penalty coming. Dunn and Kevin House of Xavier got tangled up along the right side wall. And we'll see who's getting a penalty. It could be two or it could be Dunn. Dunn, I feel like, was initiating the majority of the contact, so I think if anyone's going to the box, it's him. Referees are discussing. Toby is chatting with the ref, and they are going to get Dunn for 2 minutes. They're motioning him to the box. That's where he will go. This is the first power play of the game for Xavier, down 1 goal with 4:52 to go. Big moment in the game. If Xavier has any chance to tie, it would be now. It'll be 2 minutes for cross-checking. It's a big call to make. I think at the end of the day, he did take him to the ground. Both guys are sort of tangled up, but Xavier's going to have their chance. Someone on Purdue yelled and thought it was 4-on-4, but it's not. It's a power play for Xavier, and they win the draw. Blue line passes back and forth for the Musketeers. Sent to the slot. The shot is saved by Mitnock. He gets to the left post. Puck is not cleared. It's still sent in. Wheeler collects it, and he will exit the zone with it. He's got Franks with him. They're going to try to set up an attack down a man, and now they'll just leave it for Xavier and get back. 30 seconds are gone on the man advantage for Xavier, but they had a great chance earlier. Mitnock already with a good save. Now the puck is sent down by Theodore. Purdue will get 2 new skaters on the ice. It's Toby and Groen, along with Wheeler and Doucette defensively. Toby harassing with Doucette. Now it's cleared out. Purdue has a chance the other way, but Xavier gets back in time. Most of the Purdue penalty kill ideology is just try to keep the puck as much as you can. If you have a chance to walk it in offensively, take it. Xavier trying to walk it in for a chance. Doucette knocks the pass back behind, and it's picked up by Wheeler. Wheeler looking for room. He's double teamed, and now he turns it over. Puck now cleared out almost. It's kept in by Xavier. Now it's cleared. Groen through center. 40 seconds left on the man advantage. Groen's gone down there by himself. Pickett and Kirk are the new defenders out there for Purdue. 30 seconds left. Xavier recollects in their defensive end. 3:22 to left in the game. Kirk rings it off the boards and sends it down. 24 seconds left on the man advantage. 3:13 left in the game. Xavier up the right wall, double teamed. Theodore trying to get it out, but Xavier collects it in center. 12 seconds off to the advantage. Shot is gloved by Mitnocht, and he will hold on to it with exactly 3 minutes on the game and 8 seconds on the man advantage. Great save there with the early end of this power play. Andrew Mitnocht going into the sprawl, deflecting the shot wide. Terrific effort. Theodore can't win the defensive zone draw. Xavier has 5 seconds left in the man advantage. Puck goes to the corner. Xavier collects it. Dunn is going to be coming out of the box. He is now out. A man's taken to the ground in front. That was Barrett who got knocked down for Xavier. Puck is sent in, 2:40 to go. Kirk behind the net, looking to get it out. Pickett turns it over. Now it's recollected by Theodore. Xavier wasn't quick enough to it. Now it's sent all the way through center. And Xavier will send it near their bench. Now to the center of the ice. Two guys are trying to collect it. We got a man down on the far end. It's Kirk who got taken to the ground. Frambus, the goaltender for Xavier, is out to try to calm his guy down. Tensions are pretty high here in this third. I don't think we're going to have any penalties upcoming. Kirk and Kevin House tangled up behind the play. And it'll just be a stoppage. 2:22 to go. .222 to go in the third. Toby, neutral zone draw, doesn't win it. Xavier has it in the defensive end. Music was still playing for a few seconds after play started. Puck sent to the near right corner. Toby gets it in center. 2:05 to go. Dangles through. Puck squeaks all the way through to Frambus, and he will cover with exactly 2 minutes to go. So they did send two guys to the box. It was Kirk and Jack Darlene for Xavier. So we have 2 minutes of 4-on-4, and the clock did not start throughout that last sequence. It was 2 minutes, and then throughout that last sequence I just called, the game clock did not start, but the penalty clock did start. There's a minute 39 left remaining on the penalty for each team, so it should be a minute 39 left in the game because they called both the penalties with 2 minutes in the game. So the game clock reads 2 minutes. The penalty clock reads a minute 39. And I think this is a pretty simple fix. Just put the game clock to 1:39. So we'll see what they decide here. I think you just tell the game clock operator, make it a minute 39. Because the penalties happen with exactly 2 minutes. Looks like they're just going to leave the clock at 2 minutes, but the penalty clock's at a minute 39. So we're now underway again, now under 2 minutes. 4-on-4 being played. Toby has it, sends it to the slot. Shot is saved by Frambus. Minute 48 to go on the game. Purdue's keeping it in their offensive zone. Behind Frambus they work. Xavier picks it up. Walking it through is Ryan Falk. Now it gets to the right side wall to Brian Weevil. Weevil trying to send it through. Dropping back defensively is Toby. He picks it up. He's trying to clear. Weevil's after him, and the puck does get out of the zone. Minute 27 left. Wheeler has it in the defensive end. Gives it away. Doucette up the right side. Sends a long shot. The net is empty for Xavier. It's 5-on-4. Minute 16 to go. Xavier through center. Looking for passes. It's turned over. Toby can't quite get to it. Xavier got back on top of it. 1 minute to go in the third. 40 seconds left on both of the penalties. Xavier needs a goal to extend this game. Walking it through. Shot is too high. 50 seconds. It's on the left side. Purdue collecting it behind their own net. Doucette sends it all the way to the other end. He misses the empty net. It will be icing. With 39 seconds. 19 seconds remain on both of the penalties. So currently it's 5-on-4 in favor of Xavier. When these penalties are over, it's going to be 6-on-5. And it's pretty simple for Purdue. As soon as you collect this puck, send it towards the empty net. And if not, take the icing off your own end and do it again. Xavier wins the offensive zone draw. Shot is blocked before it can get to Mitnock. In the near left corner, Wheeler collects the puck, getting harassed, makes a move. Puck squeaking to the right side, diving to save it. Xavier can't. Doucette collects it and shoots on the empty net and scores. The game is all but over. Purdue leads at 4-2, and that should do it here from Crown Point. Xavier laid out, couldn't keep it in, and it was growing the other way off the pass from Doucette, who puts it in the empty net, and that should be all she wrote from Crown Point. Purdue gets the empty net goal. There's 19 and a half seconds left, barring a miracle on the part of Xavier. 15 seconds, puck set in, Franks will clear it. Purdue just content to hold it, and now a guy gets taken down, and the penalty arm is up. Adam Dady, just unnecessary, takes Page to the ground out of frustration. He's going to head to the box, but it's all just bookkeeping at this point. And I guess they're going to call it. With 5 seconds on the clock, the referees call the game. Purdue is all over their goaltender, Mitnock, and they're going to exit with a 4-2 win. We apologize for the technical difficulties at the end of this game, but we hope you enjoyed watching and listening to this Purdue Boilermakers win. Myself, Quincy Bell, for everybody in the Purdue Hockey Media Department, we say thank you for watching